hot yoga problems. I got them. Woo! I got them today, my yogis. Across the land, Raff's Brain listeners, yogi practitioners, tens of loyal audience members
from 1995
out there in the world. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Oh my goodness, I just got annihilated. Woo! All right, I'm going to confess. It's not like a confession, it's more like an acknowledgement. I need to confess / acknowledge / recognize and own the fact that Raff's Brain and the Hot Yoga Problems podcast has been a little bit less frequent than usual. I have no excuses, only explanations. My life has been very hectic and busy, and it's not that I haven't had time to make the podcast. This is a common refrain from people when they don't accomplish something that they set out to do. They make an excuse. Not an explanation, an excuse. They say, I didn't have the time. That's my excuse. That's not an excuse, man. That's an explanation. It's not an excuse. What's the difference? The difference is an explanation explains why a certain thing happened. It gives you, like, the rationale. But an explanation is not a justification in and of itself. And an excuse implies justification, I think. I could be way off track with this. What do you think? Am I crazy? Explanation versus excuse. I'm very specific and intentional about those two words of the English language, and I could be wrong how I'm using them. I'm telling you how I have adopted them into my vernacular. Vernacular, is that a word? I don't even know, man. I'm just telling you, I've been busy. That's my explanation. I have other competing priorities. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. It means I have not recorded as many episodes of Hot Yoga Problems as I would have liked over the past couple weeks. I've still been going to Hot Yoga, and there have been moments when I've started to record an episode, and on the ride home, I get derailed. Something happens, and I don't post it. I don't want to get in that habit. I'm gonna post this episode today. We're gonna get back on track. August is here. August is a highly underrated month of the year to get things done. So much of the world is checked out in the month of August. And you could check in and you could get it done, man. That's so I'm thinking I might try to get a little crazy with the cheese whiz. However, I have to temper that ambition with the reality of a very hectic couple of weeks ahead. Just a little preview, and maybe I'll be cutting some Hot Yoga Problems on these trips. I'm going to Los Angeles, the city of angels, Wednesday through I think Sunday. I'm doing some AI film workshop stuff, very cool stuff, through a friend of mine. It's an organizational friend. It's called the Moving Picture Institute, thempi.org. Very excited about this excursion. I'm going to get some hands-on skills. As you know, if you are a regular listener of the Raff's Brain podcast and a consumer of Rob Rafferty content across various platforms, at Rob Rafferty, I'm unique because my name is spelled in a very peculiar way. You can find me, and if you do any of that, you know that I've been really head over heels for AI text-to-video animation. So anyway, it just coincided with the workshop this week out in LA. It's going to be a good trip. I got a lot to accomplish in a short period of time. And then over the ensuing, 6 weeks or so, I'm going to actually make a short film with AI. So what's that going to be? I don't know. Stay tuned. But that's a trip. When I'm out in LA, maybe I should hit up Core Power. That should be on my mission. If I could do a Hot Yoga Problems episode on location from the city of Angelino, I don't know, man. That could be pretty bad. That could be pretty awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to have the ambition. I don't know where my hotel is in proximity to the Core Power studios out there. And I do not know my geography of Los Angeles. I mean, it's a sprawling city with all sorts of little boroughs and neighborhoods, and God knows where the core power is. So we'll see what happens. Just, no promises, but maybe I'll cut some content from out there. We'll see. The week after that, Wednesday through Sunday, equally, I'm going to be going out to WV to check on the dad, visit my fam, hanging out with the mountain crew, which is always a great thing to do when I have time. I'm working remote on that trip, so it's going to be a little hectic, but I will make it happen, and maybe I'll cut some hot yoga problems content, because there's a yoga studio out there. It's a great little studio, Soul Shine, and she's booming. The owner of that studio is really doing well. And by the way, my hometown got demolished by flooding last week or 2 weeks ago, so, heads up. I might be helping out with some of the recovery efforts. I think things are going pretty well at this point, all things considered. That was a brutal situation. What else? Oh man, I'm on the precipice of releasing a promo video for a book that I enjoyed, written by a acquaintance, now kind of emerging thought leader friend of mine named Bruce Friedrich, author of Meat. It's an incredible story about innovation, technology, transformation, the way the human species has craved protein and flesh of animals for so many millennia. Is that a thing? Millennia? But that might be all about to change given some of the advances in technology and the science and everything. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it's a very fascinating book. I did a little review of it on Raff's Brain Dispatch, which is my LinkedIn newsletter, in case you haven't hit that up. Monthly, every Tuesday, first Tuesday of every month. So it's coming up in a few days. Get ready. But anyway, I just got inspired and made a little book trailer. Actually, I did 4 book trailers. I did some A/B testing with Instagram Reels. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. And that's coming out today, maybe. I got to hear back from him, see what he thinks. But I have a little bit of a distribution strategy drawn up. We're going to give it a shot. Now, I haven't talked a lick about hot yoga this whole time. I'm just catching up on all the other things that are going on in life, man. So let me get into the hot yoga problem of the day. The problem of the day is the fallen triangle. Are you familiar with this pose? The fallen triangle. When I hear the word fallen, I immediately jump to the classic Poison song from Look What the Cat Dragged In. Fallen angel, baby. However that song goes. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, you do. If you know, you know. OG Poison. Fallen angel. Oh my gosh, how's it even go? It's a good song. Trust me. I'm going to play it when I get home. I'm going to crank it up, because I hadn't thought about that song in a long time. But forget about Fallen Angel. Let's think about the fallen... I'm sorry. Is what's called a fallen angel? It's a fallen triangle. I don't even know what it's called. I'm going to call it the fallen angel from here on out. I'm going to pretend that Poison invented that pose. Bret Michaels, C.C. DeVille were out on the road in the early 80s. And lo and behold, before it was super popular, they were ahead of the curve to stay in shape. After all those benders on the road, they were doing hot yoga. Yes, they were pioneers. And they decided that, downward facing dog, kick one of your legs up, that's not enough, Oh, right knee to left elbow, that's a crunch, that's kind of challenging. Yeah, we're going to kick it even further out, and we're going to make it into a new pose called the fallen angel. Some people will in the future maybe call it the fallen triangle. We're going to call it the fallen angel. We're going to make a song about it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to propel our career into the next level of success. So that's the origin story of the pose, and it's so bad because as much as I love the song, I hate that pose. And today, the substitute instructor, who is an incredible human being, and he is an excellent yogi. There aren't that many male yogi teachers, male yogis, I guess. Is yogi teacher redundant? Because I think the word yogi means teacher. I could be wrong. Anyway, there aren't as many male yogis in the universe, as far as I'm aware. And that's true, because it's also it skews probably 60-40, 70-30 women to men in the classroom as well. So I think I've kind of discovered that's approximately what you get for the breakdown of teacher composition. Anyway, this guy's great. I've had his class a few times before. He was subbing today. I was just, as you know, I'm not really a ultra loyal yoga practitioner to the extent that I will choose to go to certain studios and classes to attend a certain type or style of practice. I am more pragmatic. I am more, I guess, selfish about my schedule. I need to have it at the time that's convenient for me. And I pretty much roll the dice, and I'll take whatever yogi they throw out there, and I'll have a good time with it. I don't care who it is. They're all impressive and talented. I've never had a bad experience. Let's be honest. You can nitpick all day long if that's your mentality. To me, I'm just grateful that they're there to hook me up with the practice and, you know, whip my butt into shape. Anyway, this gentleman today, the yogi man of the hour, who was a substitute teacher, it was just like a convenient thing that it was having a class this morning. We're in fallen triangle / fallen angel, Bret Michaels' favorite pose of all time. And he says, now we're going to do something different. We're going to do push-ups while you're in the fallen triangle / fallen angel. Do you understand the physics that prevent that from being a realistic option for most human beings, including yours truly? Yes, it was a brutal day, but I did 4 fallen triangle, fallen angel push-ups, which are basically murder on your triceps. If you can imagine it. You can imagine me doing it in a very sloth-filled, sweaty, messy state. But I got through it. And that was the hot yoga problem of the day, the fallen angel push-up. And I would like to live the rest of my life never encountering that. Because that was the first time I've ever experienced it. I think I know enough now to never go back. So that's my take. That's the hot yoga problem of the day, the fallen triangle / fallen angel push-up. Let's just eliminate that from all future practices. Let's just erase it from our memory and consciousness and delete it from all yoga instruction manuals across the land. Okay? We can just do regular push-ups. We can do all sorts of crazy things to get our arms in shape. We don't need that. We don't need that twist, lift, lower insanity. It's not necessary, okay? That's my little message of the day, hot yoga problems. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Check out all my other content. I got a lot of cool stuff coming out on the horizon. I'm just getting started. There's some really exciting, just motivational things going on right now. I feel like I'm kind of entering a creative phase that could last decades. Wow. If you're here early, you get to see the metamorphosis. Who would want to witness a metamorphosis? None of us. Have you ever seen a caterpillar emerging from a cocoon? You don't want to do that. Have you ever seen a child being born? I have not, other than like on PBS or in health class in 9th grade. It's really gruesome and brutal and painful and disgusting. And so I guess you could watch it as a scientific exercise, but I don't know if you really enjoy watching that type of struggle and strife and discomfort and pain, although it does yield greatness in the end. I hope you don't relish the pain and agony that someone's suffering when they're going through that type of transformation. You rather are excited for what lies ahead in the future. So anyway, if you observe this over the coming weeks and months and years, as long as I'm still alive and continuing to create content, I think I'm just getting started. I think I still have room to grow, maybe. We'll see. Thank you for being here, though. And stay tuned for more exciting, zany, Raff spraying content. Until next time, namaste, mofos.